So this will be an unboxing and review all in one, if I can pull it off. So this is a new watch, the Oracle GMT from MT&W. Link in the description. Let's open it up. So this is a pretty cool box. I'm definitely pretty excited to show you how the packaging is done. This is pretty cool. I had, talked to Ted, my contact there, about all of this, so I kind of knew that it was coming and how it was going to be, and it's packaged very well. Quite frankly, one of the better packaged watches that I've gotten in more recent days. And spoiler alert, I just looked on the website. The price point on this is $349. So yeah, incredibly aggressively priced. So if we open this up, we'll get a closer look at this. I'm going to peel everything off. We're going to get this thing running, and we're going to cover some specs. So I can tell you, we have a more basic clasp. So we don't have that on-the-fly micro adjust, but remember, it's $349. It's, I mean, sure, they could have put one on, but I'm guessing they would have had to, push the price up to like $399 or something like that. I don't know. I'm sure you could add one if you wanted to, depending on how the clasp is attached to the bracelet. That's always an option, but I never really find it an issue. So just me unwrapping it, you can see it already came to life, and that is because it has a pretty cool movement in it. Most of us like the Seiko NH34. So pros and cons to the movement. Mostly pros in my opinion. The con would be if you like a, quote, traveler's GMT, where you have the quick set hour, then yeah, this movement doesn't do that. This one pushes for the GMT hand, which is kind of like a floating little arrow there. It's on a black hand, so it kind of disappears on the dial. But you also get a quick set date. And with the NH34, there's no danger zone that a lot of watches have where, you could damage that little plastic wheel for the date. So you go ahead and pop it out one position, and you can advance the GMT hand. Nice clicks to that too. And then, of course, you can quick set your date. So that's the pro of a, quote, caller's GMT. And then, of course, you can stop the movement and adjust the time just like so. Get it started again. And then I tend to backspin the crown, let it drop into the thread, and then thread it in. No problems there. Now that we rambled on for almost 3 minutes, let's talk about the size. So it is a 40 millimeter case. That bezel sits flush to the case, so that is a true 40. The lug to lug is a 48. Thickness is only 12.8, which is pretty thin for a watch with a complication, an extra complication GMT on the date. You have that flat sapphire crystal. It's chamfered and slightly proud of the rest of the watch. The bezel insert is also sapphire and has fully loomed BGW9 lume everywhere. So the lume on this is awesome. Can't wait to show you. The lug opening is 20 millimeter. You do have quick release spring bars on this bracelet, and it does taper down to 18 with a flat surface, polished in the center, brushed on the side. And then we already talked briefly about that clasp. I personally do not have a problem with these. It has 5 micro adjust and double pushers. Keeps a nice slim profile. You can usually find a tack or something to adjust it if you need to. I find even with the toolless quick release ones, because like I have my Tudor and I have a bunch of other watches. I was just talking to somebody about this. Now, maybe I'm the odd duck on this one, but I never adjust it. Like I wear them just a little bit loose and then I'm good to go, whether my wrist swells or not. So I'm usually pretty good to go. But that might not be for everybody. So it's good that you have 5 micro adjusts there. There's a look at the case back. It is smooth. There is no sharp edges, no hot spots. So that's a nice, probably laser engraving. And then you have a 6.6 millimeter signed screw down crown, keeping the 200 meter water resist. The bezel action is nice. It's smooth and it has detents. You don't really hear clicks. It has nice detents and it's solid. It's not going to move on you. It is bi-directional, of course, because it is a 24-hour bezel on a GMT watch. And that is the proper way to do a bezel if you're going to do this configuration. Let's pop it on. Oh, let's check the links. What kind of links do we have? We have nice screw links for hardware. Let's pop it on my 7 1/4 inch wrist so you can see what that looks like. Keep in mind, really cool packaging. I love this little box type thing, the way it fits in there. I could see using this as a travel box. It's a little bulkier than you could potentially get something smaller, but it's just slick. I like that. That's pretty cool. Ooh, nice presentation. So on my 7 1/4 inch wrist, you can see those are good classic measurements. So it's going to work on a variety of wrist size. 40 by 48, guys. That's pretty classic measurements. You're going to be good to go. I just love the design of the handset. You can see the hour and minute hand is fully skeletonized, and then basically they're just completely coated in BGW9 Lume. You do have some skeletonizing. It looks like the naked eye might be hard to tell on the seconds hand if that's just black in the center. Is it, or is it? Yeah, that's black in the center. I wasn't sure. And then, of course, you have that black GMT and then just that arrow punched out at the end there. And then, I don't know what you call that configuration for the layout of the way the markers are, or not markers, but the hour points are all kind of tied together. It just works. Like, this is where I don't think I would ever be able to truly design a watch. Sure, I've worked with companies and basically said, hey, that would look cool in that color or that color, but somebody else designed the watch. So designing a watch like this and getting it to all look right, I think it's easier to make something different like this. I consider this different. It's easier to make something different like this look terrible than it is to look good like this. So kudos to Ted or whoever over at MT&W designed this and laid it out, because I think it looks great. So let's give it a quick blast of the UV light. Probably didn't need it, but I want the full effect. Let's turn off the studio lights and check out this awesome Lume configuration. Yeah, that's fun. That is just fun. I love those hands. Fully loomed out seconds hand, and then, like I said, the hour and minute hand are just really cool. And the thickness of where the Lume is on the hands almost match identical to the lines that go around the outside of the watch. So that's why it just works so well. And that stuff's not done on accident. That stuff is done on purpose with intention. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Link in the description down below. I'll see you on the next one.